Election Commission of India. Date of poll, first phase, 11th April, Thursday.
It's that time again, when India is going to the polls for the 17th time. But unlike any other, this is the mother of all battles. I'll tell you why. Strap yourself and welcome on board to the ultimate battle to save the world's oldest civilization. Let us cast our minds back to the prevailing situation before the Modi government stomped to power. What dominated the news then? We were hit by corruption scandals left, right and centre almost on daily basis. Pre-2014, there was a dark cloud all over India, with the exception tiny spot in Delhi, popularly known as Lutyens, where the sun was shining radiantly, contrary to the mood in the rest of the country. Who's part of this Lutyens gang? Important to know. They're basically power brokers who have direct access to Sonia Gandhi and her ministers and can get any deal done for a price. This Lutyens Club network is far-reaching. They comprise of various professionals including the media, police and judiciary, and they cover each other's backs so masterfully. Their dirty secrets are well protected by the powerful media personalities in return for a hefty commission. While there was massive looting going on at every level pre-2014, the Congress and Lutyens were in denial and played down all the following problems plaguing India. Number 1. There was rampant corruption of enormous proportions. Number 2. Closure of various businesses and factories due to the difficulties of doing business in India, resulting in a job crisis. Number 3. Unabated rise in poverty. Number 4. Poor hygiene standards and lack of public amenities. Number 5. Outdated third-class infrastructure. Number 6. Glaring security gaps exploited by the terrorists, and India was seen as a weak and corrupt nation worldwide. Number 7. Massive demographic re-engineering, large-scale conversion of the native Hindus through NGO funding. Congress, as usual, went on a blaming spree and tried to convince us that nothing much could be done due to the sheer size of a nation as big as India, mired in decades of entrenched corrupt practices. In fact, these traitors revelled in keeping India backwards and couldn't care less to tackle the rampant corruption as this facilitated their loot. The corruption, business rankings and world's respect for India painted a gloomy and depressing reading. Just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, Mumbai 2008 terror attack happened, where the nation was brought to its knees by a bunch of cowards from a no-mark nation like Pakistan. And what was the Congress government and Lutyens Club's reaction? These traitors bent before them and forced us all to accept that we cannot retaliate, as it would prove to be costly. Then we heard that the Congress was in a huddle. Common men would have expected that something big was afoot to punish the rogue nation, but only for us to know later that the Congress' grand plan was one big conspiracy to take the heat off the actual perpetrators, the jihadi terrorists, Pakistan and the Muslim community, and instead to falsely implicate the Hindus and RSS as being the masterminds of the Mumbai terror attack by coining the rather notorious phrase, Hindu terror. Can you believe it? A book launch was being prepared to validate this vicious propaganda, only to be dropped off shortly thereafter as the sole survivor of the terror attack, Qassab, confessed to being a Pakistani. If this did not kick and tear your guts, you've to question if you really belong to this great nation. A youth like me was frustrated and writhing in pain to the hilt to see my motherland India, who once had all the wealth in the world and taught so much to the world, humiliated and plundered before my eyes. Is this the future which our legendary warriors, freedom fighters, and ancestors sacrificed their lives for? At this point, youths like me were deflated. Thought we were down and out, and perhaps after all, we're cursed to live in a nation plagued by corruption, and will never be able to see the kind of India which epitomizes the first world countries in having a clean and efficient government, hygiene consciousness, modern infrastructure, world-class education, etc. Will we ever get a leader with such vision to completely overhaul the system?
नरेंद्र मोदी कभी भी देश के प्रधानमंत्री नहीं बनेंगे, नहीं बनेंगे, नहीं बनेंगे। लेकिन यहां आकर चाय का वितरण करना चाहते हैं तो हम उनके लिए कुछ जगह बना रखते हैं।
We could only dream.